Hello everybody, I am Ichabod, 0514. I do enjoy that upgrade. Today we're going to be going through SCP-004, so I hope you've got your coffee, because yeah, this one's a little bit longer, and it's got notes and whatnot, so let's just get into it, and hopefully not take too long. Item number, SCP-004, Object Class Euclid. When handling items SCP-004-2 through SCP-004-13, proper procedure is vital. The items are not permitted to be moved off-site unless accompanied by 2 Level 4 security personnel. Under no circumstances should any other component of SCP-004 be taken through SCP-004-1. The effects of doing so are as of yet unknown. And the current cost of experimentation makes further research impractical. Should any of the objects contained within SCP-004-1 breach containment, or the facility be breached, the keys must be brought inside and the door closed prior to the activation of Site-62's on-site warhead. Unauthorized removal of the keys from the testing area is grounds for immediate termination. Level 1 clearance is required for basic access to SCP-001-4. Level 4 clearance is required for the use of SCP-004-2-2-13. SCP-004 consists of an old wooden barn door and a set of 12 rusted keys. The door itself is an entrance to an abandoned factory in data expunge. Chronological history. 7-2-49. A group of 3 juveniles trespassing on federal property near Redacted find the door according to their testimony. They found a seat of rusted keys and an iron lockbox to determine what door the keys unlock. The juveniles are taken into custody after they contact the sheriff when one of their friends goes missing, hereby referred to as CAS-01. Local authorities find a severed right hand of CAS-01 8 kilometers from SCP-004-1. Other parts of SCP-004-CAS-01's body are found scattered as far as 32 kilometers from the facility. Under interrogation, the apprehended juveniles tell authorities that upon opening the door with one of the keys, CAS-01 was torn into several pieces, each of which disappeared. At this point, the SCP Foundation takes over the investigation. 7-4-49. SCP Agent Blank obtains the keys from the local authorities to begin testing. Tests show that -2 through -13 all fit into a single lock on the large barred door. 12 D-Class personnel are assigned to test the effects of the door. Of 12 test subjects, each trying a different key to enter the rooms, only 2 survive. Opening the door with any key except -7 or -12 caused the test subject to be torn apart in multiple directions. However, no dismembered body parts were found until later. At the time of writing, only 2 parts of each subject have been recovered, with the exception of the subject using 004-redacted, whose pieces were scattered in close proximity. The others have, for all intents and purposes, vanished from existence. Of the 2 surviving subjects, only one, having used -7, returned unharmed. The other came back in a near catatonic state, only able to remove himself from the room and then collapse on the floor, and had to be restrained to prevent him from gouging his eyes out. See Appendix A, Mental Effects. The subject using -7 said that he entered a large room, impossibly big, for the size of the attached building. After his exit, -1 was propped open and an armed squad of Level 3 personnel entered. The size of the room is impossible to measure, and the door frame and the individuals in the room are the only part of the room that can be felt or illuminated. 1649. The juvenile suspects and Sheriff Blank are terminated. Dicks. 8-2-49. Blank is declared a hazardous area due to unexploded ordnance, and fences erected in order to prevent civilian ingress. Tests to determine safely of exposure to environment behind 004-1 begin. 12-150. Space-time anomalies resulting in exposure of 004 are confirmed. Testing is suspended until further notice. 7-2-redacted. The unaccounted for remains of CAS-01 appear unexpectedly outside 004-1. Despite being killed decades before, the remains of CAS-01 are not decomposed in any manner and are still warm to the touch. Blood remains uncoagulated. The remains are remanded for testing. 7-4-blank. The unaccounted for remains of one of the 12 original test subjects appear in similar manner of those of CAS-01. The remains have been designated CAS-02. Records suggest that both 1 and 2 used 004-redacted. 32199. With a massive proliferation of nuclear weapons in World War III only blank years away, construction has begun on site inside 004-1. The site is to stock supplies for blank person days. 42199. Redacted has ordered the site inside 004-1 to be expanded to include emergency storage for all mobile SCP blank specimens and a blank petabyte database for storage of all data. The facility is now referred to as Site 62. 9/25/2000. Site 62 is operational. Labs and containment units are completed and can contain the most dangerous specimens. Backup of the SCP database has begun. Due to time anomalies, and this is 12501, see space-time anomalies below, all personnel working at Site 62 are now required to reside on-site permanently. Families of personnel are to be informed that loved ones have perished in an industrial accident. Cloned bodies have been prepared for funeral. 8/14/03. Massive power outages across the northeastern United States and through Canada. Due to the initial failure of multiple SCP generators, Site 62 was without power for 53 minutes. During those 53 minutes, those on site were completely without any source of light. They reported sensing creatures and people, although no abnormal entities could be seen or felt. Selected site personnel were allowed to read blank, Appendix A, and said that the creatures they sensed were of humanoid size, but otherwise similar to the massive green creature described. Now we go into the space-time anomalies. Weird buggers. SCP-004 seems to propagate spatio-temporal anomalies. Personnel leaving the facility report losing time. Those who have been in the site for weeks insist they had only been in the site for several days, and records of work completed and supplies consumed support their claims. Other temporal anomalies have involved 004-2 through 13, especially the reappearance of CAS-01 and CAS-02 exactly blank years after using SCP-004 Redacted. Redacted has been assigned to investigate all aspects of these time anomalies. Spatial anomalies include the impossibly large dimensions of the area opened by 7. Similarly, the 2003 blackout incident suggested there exists an alternate plane of existence within the same space that Site 62 occupies. Additional notes. Testing on 004 reveals that 10 of the keys open 004-1 on a dimension where the laws of physics and topology are significantly different than those of our home dimension. Test subjects meeting these hostile conditions are torn apart, their bodies deposited in various locations, only 3 of which have been verified to be on Earth. Material deposited at 2 of these points appears immediately. Material deposited at the 3rd appears exactly blank years into the future. The other 7 locations are currently unknown. Current testing focuses on 2 avenues of research. The first is finding a way to survive 004's hostile topologies. The second, blank, suggests that 004-2 through 13 may open doors other than SCP-004-1. Appendix A. Mental health effects of 4-12. All D-Class personnel using 4-12 return to the catatonic state, unable to speak. Some may have enough energy to try to claw out their eyes. One of the 16 subjects, only 4 surviving, has regained speech following long-term psychotherapy. He was able to tell the psychiatrist that he saw a massive green creature so long that its body extended beyond his field of view. He reported innate fear and sudden recognition, as if it were something buried deep in his primal fears, and forced implementation of incomprehensible memories. Subject displays acute antegrade and retrograde amnesia. Appendix B. Additional information. 004-14. 9/2/50. Object was discovered elsewhere in the facility, in the previously undiscovered manager's office. Object appears as a large, unvarnished wooden box. The box may be unlocked by the safe key. 004-7, as well as 5 of the unsafe keys. Upon unlocking 004-14 with 004-7, the box opens automatically on hinges. The volume of the space inside is precisely 5 times greater than the outer dimensions imply. Items placed within while the lid remains open do not affect the weight and any other properties of the box. When the lid is closed and locks, however, all items inside vanish irretrievably. Personnel locked inside the box are also irretrievable, although losing personnel in this fashion appears to significantly affect the dreams experienced by blank. So what I'm getting from this is that it's a big wooden door with 12 keys. And depending on which one you open the door with, it opens to a different location. So I guess Howl's Moving Castle's door with a lot more colors. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to sit here and watch this with me and listen to me ramble on about the terribleness. 004 is pretty interesting. Not my favorite, but one of the better ones. Thank you all for watching. My name has been Ichabod 05-14. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time.